What's up, y'all? It's the Sound Alchemist, and today I've got a little bit of twang in my voice as we start another For the Greater. And I got my partner here.
Gersh one. Are you doing a southern accent for one of your D&D characters?
I was thinking about it. I wanted to do like a gunslinger, but
Yeah.
I needed a twist, and I haven't thought of the twist yet. But I was watching a lot of that SpongeBob and Sandy episodes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She's supposed to be from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Have we done it yet?
What?
We kind of just started talking.
No, we did. We did it.
We did.
If by it you mean For the Greater, you get two today.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewers. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. That is what Connor Motzinger did. He asks, do you believe that the Emperor would have tried to make a peaceful alliance with the Tau Empire if he were still around physically today? That's a good question.
Yeah. It's interesting because when you think about the Emperor, well, the Imperium in general, there's a lot of xenophobia, burn the heretic, burn the witch, cleanse the world from xenos. And the Tau being one of the lesser, more imposing races, they're not animalistic or primal in there's the Necrons, or not the Necrons, the Tyranids or the Orcs. They're not really trying to force people in a way. But yeah, I think if anything, it might be a alliance similar to the Eldar.
Yeah, I agree. I think it would be a little harder for the Emperor to try to make it to ignore the fact that the Tau are trying to expand. That's their goal.
Yeah, that little 10 seconds or 5 seconds reminded me of that one meme.
Which one?
Where the little kids
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mind is all over the place today, and by all over the place, I don't mean all over the place. But yeah, I think the fact that the Tau Empire continues to expand, they're trying. I mean, the whole reason that the Damocles Gulf Crusade was fought was because they were expanding into Imperial territory.
Right.
The Emperor would be like, "Nah, fam, you can't do that."
Yeah. Still, there's still Xenos. There's still, for the greater good, clashes immensely with the Imperial Creed, the Imperial Truth.
I do think that they would get along in the fact that the Imperial Truth, like you were saying, is science-based, and it seems
Right.
like the Tau Empire or the greater good is all science, right?
Yeah, science, technology.
Although the greater good is accepting of other religions.
True.
So
but I don't think the Emperor would be like that because he wasn't accepting of religion, period.
no, not at all. He would kill every single priests and churches and all that kind of stuff. I think it would be a shaky alliance.
Oh, definitely. If Aun Va was still alive, I think that'd be a very interesting, diplomatic mission. Aun Va, the ethereal supreme, speaking to the Emperor, that'd be interesting. I don't think it'd go good, because Aun Va always struck me as conniving and he thought of himself better than everybody. So.
Yeah. Also, the Emperor was a really good psyker, so I'm pretty sure he could have done some type of prognostication stuff on the Tau. Just because the Tau don't have psychic powers, that doesn't mean that the Emperor can't foresee the future, kind of read into the minds. But then all that comes with Xinchi chaos and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because Tau, they're not pariahs or blanks. They're just barely registering the warp. Yeah, so yeah, they got nothing to stop the Emperor if he does want to go ham on him.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's an alliance that would happen for a certain specific reason, but I don't see any long-term benefits for the both of them.
Yeah, and also you look at the Great Crusade and all the human empires that the Emperor ordered to get destroyed just because they didn't want to become part of the Imperium. The Tau Empire wouldn't want to become part of the Imperium, and they couldn't. So
yeah.
Next question.
This one is by Dylan. Can Chaos Space Marines change their patron god? For example, a Khorne berserker getting infected by one of Nurgle's diseases and thus becoming a plague marine instead? Not really. Usually once you ally yourself to a god of chaos, you're pretty much there till death. Because they kind of take your soul, kind of like a contract, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anything, if you do get infected by Nurgle's poxes, you're not becoming a plague marine. You're just going to die.
Yeah. Well, You're gonna get brought to the point of death, and then you're gonna be like, "No, Nurgle, save me!" And then boom.
Yeah, Khorne will be like, oh, you called for him, and then he'd like send a bloodthirster to crush you or something.
Yeah, crush your nuts.
Although this kind of ties in a little bit with like it seems that when you ally with chaos, you either go with one specific patron god or you just go undivided.
Yep.
Which means you kind of get a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Be'lakor, he kind of tricked the chaos gods to give him each one their own power. I know Perturabo, he didn't really ally with any chaos god. So that, I mean, he's still chaotic, just not, akin to one of them.
Yeah, he still reached demonhood too.
Yep, which is interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder how that works. Maybe it's all like the minor gods just kind of empowering him.
Yeah. Next question. This one comes from David T. Some chapters are rumored to be descendants from loyalist members of the Traitor Legions, like the Blood Ravens. Gilliman forbade Call from working with Traitor Jeanstealer. So my question is, which civil war does Call start? Disobeying Gilliman and using the Traitor Jeanstealer, give some chapter Primaris with the wrong Jeanstealer, or simply not give chapters like the Blood Ravens any Primaris? So it'll be the first one.
Yeah. Because as much as I want like another conflict for the Imperium, I feel like this is just going to be like Heresy 2.0, just like on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
And like if the Imperium is fighting amongst themselves, that's just a better reason for Chaos to ally and take them down once they're, weakened and spread apart that way.
And honestly, if like, for example, the Blood Ravens have been around for so long and the Adeptus Mechanicus hasn't been like, hey, this gene seed comes from Magnus the Red, like, red alert. Like, I'm pretty sure that even now, when Gilliman is busy trying to push forward his crusade, the Adeptus Mechanicus is still not going to speak out and say, like, hey, Call is actually working on Primaris Thousand Suns and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's been chapters of Primaris that have been created with unknown gene seeds.
Yeah.
Chances are that's probably what it is.
Yeah, for sure. Those are my favorite.
Ooh.
When I make a homebrew chapter, they're going to be the successors of the World Eaters.
That sounds really badass.
Yeah.
This next one is by Din Tran. Would you guys touch Bridget B if she was touched by my sugar daddy, Nurgle?
Yes.
Yeah. If you guys would touch Bridget, that's all we needed to hear.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if there's a B after it. You got her attention.
Yep. Next question.
This one is by the Kangaroo Boxer. Do you win? Because, kangaroos are pretty powerful. Do you think that the Primarchs are really just pro wrestlers for nerds who refuse to enjoy pro wrestling? Because the line is totally Triple H, even though Caliban is now The Rock.
No. I don't think so. Not at all. Because, obviously, wrestling is fake.
So you're saying the Primarchs are fake?
No, what I'm saying is that 40K is a completely different
No, it's not fake. It's real.
No, it's like a story. It's like Star Wars for us.
The Star Wars is real. It's just happening in a galaxy far, far away a long time ago.
Yeah. No, I don't see the connection. I stopped watching WWE a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Back when Kane still had a mask on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When Kurt Angle still had hair.
When Chris Benoit was alive.
Ooh. When Eddie Guerrero was alive.
Yeah. Next question comes from Digital Sigma. What did the Emperor think about each Primarch's homeworld when he first found them? He didn't
Pathetic.
Yeah, he didn't really care.
Yeah.
He was just like, okay, this is where chaos puts you. Sure.
Yeah, sometimes, in the point with Angron, he would meet with them first and be like, hey, we got this. Stand down.
Also, though, it goes to show you how stupid or how much negligence the Emperor showed.
How stupid he is.
Because think about it. He goes to fucking where Lorgar is at, and they're worshipping the Chaos Gods. No joke. The old gods are that. And the Emperor completely ignores that. Why?
It's oh, wow, that's really bad. We just need you, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Stupid.
It's you run into a burning building, and it's oh, my PlayStation.
Exactly.
What about my family? Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah. But yeah, the Emperor kind of just showed up with a huge armada, like, try and stop us. We're coming for this guy.
Yeah. Maybe it's not like negligence. Maybe it's just like what is it called when you think too much of yourself?
Hubris.
Yeah.
I don't care about your petty squabbles. Pray to these gods; they'll get you nothing.
Yep.
Tisk tisk.
Tisk tisk.
But it's like he should have known because he's like can see the future and
He talked to the chaos gods.
yeah, right.
Or maybe it's all part of a plan, big plan.
It's like, all right, chaos gods, you're gonna fling my children to these planets. I get it. Don't mess with the planets. Just get my children. Let these Primarchs start the uprisings. Let them, spread their seeds of chaos that are gonna be reaped later on. But let me get them back though.
Yeah. Next one.
This one's also by Tran. Is Bridget B the only reason why the Emperor is on the throne drained? Bridget B sucking the Emperor's life essence away.
Yeah, she's like low-key a Slaneshi follower.
Mm-hmm.
And if you notice, every time you see a depiction of the Emperor, he has like a cloth over his lap. That's because Bridget B's down there doing her thing. No, but you would hear a lot of noise because she's very like vocal.
It's all about the performance.
Exactly.
I don't know why, but I pictured her with like the mouth parts of the Seekers of Slanesh, which are like
the little
anteaters.
Yeah, gross.
You don't like anteaters?
I hate anteaters.
Ooh.
And aardvarks. Ever since Arthur. This next question comes from Dan Shaw. Horus's emblem was the eye, and Sanguinius was of a blood drop. But on some pictures, Sanguinius is also shown wearing the eye emblem. Mm-hmm. Why?
Because they were best buddies.
They were.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, try this on. Oh, no, you try that on.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And also you got to remember that a lot of the legions before they found their Primarchs, they were basically led by, and Horus led a lot of them. So I think the Emperor's Children is another one of them, which is why the Iron Hands and the Emperor's Children are so connected. They kind of fought side by side. And I think it was Fulgrim got found. No, Ferrus Manus was found first and then Fulgrim, I believe. But before that, like the two legions were kind of together in the same expeditionary.
I thought the Lion was first because like the Dark Angels were the first chapter.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just saying about
in order.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah. Next one.
DeFool06. So the Emperor is the most powerful human psyker. Are there any other Xeno characters that are more powerful than the Emperor or just as strong? Maybe one of the Eldar? Eldrad. He is probably, after the Emperor, the strongest guy. Maybe tied with Magnus the Red, but yeah, that dude he's a beast. It's just in the lore, he kind of gets shafted because he's an Eldar.
Yeah. They don't get love.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the dude was almost responsible for summoning Iniad practically by himself.
Yeah.
But then the Death Watch is like, nope.
Fam. The next one comes from the big one. He asks, Ava Adams versus Bridget B. Who wins in a MILF-off? I mean, I'm biased. So, yeah.
I did come to know Ava before Bridget. But after the highly intoxicating performances from her, I gotta go with the Queen Bee. What
do you guys think?
Mm-hmm. Have they ever worked together?
Probably. They're pretty popular. Next one.
This one's by DeFool06. Imperial Knights are supposed to be the heirloom of a particular knightly house. What happens when a knightly house gets wiped out, but the Imperial Knights still remain? Well, if the pilots are still alive, that's what a Freeblade is. It's essentially like a wandering Ronin, but with like a freaking machine, which is really badass.
It is really badass.
Yeah, he gets hired to do jobs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's really cool. I really wish they expand more in the lore for that, because just think of like a following the epic adventures of like a knight in that kind of aspect.
That really is like a anime waiting to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking of like The Witcher, but like then he gets in a freaking robot.
You are neuro implanted into the knight,
Mm-hmm.
but you can still jump off, right?
Yeah.
It's not like the Titans.
No, it's the way I kind of picture it in my head is similar to Pacific Rim, where you're like neural interfaces, except you don't need two people.
Mm-hmm.
The ones where you do need two people are for piloting Eldar Titans.
Oh,
Usually it's like twins, because then your psychic power boosts even more the psychic power of the Titan.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Son Chingon.
Next question comes from Q3 Arioko. You ask, are you guys in Cali? Just wondering. And it's Gershwin, I think. Is it Gershwin? No, it's Gersh, like that's one word, and then one, that's a second word. So are we in Cali? No, we are not. We are in the Windy City, and it is still cold sometimes.
Yeah. It's like, what, 60 degrees out today?
Yeah. My nipples got hard yesterday.
But that's not because it was cold outside.
No, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Mm-hmm. You also ask, is he stoned? He looks stoned. I'm never stoned. I am always just tired or hungover.
That's a very good poker face.
Yes. Next one.
Jimmy McHugh. Do the Sisters of Silence have different orders within their army? So I'm making a Talons of the Emperor army, and I'm wondering if the sisters have different paint schemes. I wanted to check if there are any lore on the subject before I created my own.
Of course. Check out our hierarchy of the Sisters of Battle. So 40 facts on
Sisters of Silence.
Oh, I thought he was Sisters of Battle.
Sisters of Silence, yeah.
Then no, if it's Sisters of Silence, I think it's just... there's different ranks, but I don't think there's different orders.
Yeah, there's such a pivotal? Yeah. There's such an important aspect of the war machine that is the Imperium that they kind of go where they're needed the most. There's not a lot of them. They're pariahs. They're blanks. They're really important when fighting against psychic things. So they're really rare and such a valuable resource that they don't just go anywhere willy-nilly.
Yeah. However, you could say that they were like connected to some type of expeditionary force or something, and you can generate your own color scheme for them.
Yeah.
I've seen the silver color scheme instead of the gold. And also like they have one unit.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
Yeah. If you are allying with the Custodes aren't just always gold. You've got the black and gold, ones. The white and red.
Yeah.
So you could kind of mimic those color schemes if you want.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that like 5 years from now, those factions are going to get like more. They're going to become more diverse, I guess.
Well, that's what I thought was going to happen with the Inquisition, but that codex just doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it kind of got absorbed by the...
Yeah.
So I bet you we're going to get, because GW wants to make money, that we're going to get supplements for all of these different factions, but then in maybe the next edition, we're just going to get one codex where all of them are in there.
Yeah. Assassins, Inquisitors, Custodes, Sisters.
Plus more supplements.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next one. You got one?
Yeah, this one's by Tran. Do Tyranids have a soul? If they don't, then what's the point of consuming if they can't really empower chaos? It's like Tyranids trying to eat Necrons. Kind of pointless. So Tyranids don't empower chaos by eating. They're empowering the hive mind, the Norn queens. They eat because they're trying to adapt to whatever planet they're trying to overtake and consume. So if you're fighting a primitive species that has like really hard skin, you'd want to consume that organism so you can get into like the DNA and overall the genetic buildup so that Tyranid then liquefies, gets absorbed back into the tendril, and then gets spit out knowing what's going to, crack the tough skin of that enemy.
Yep. And then so there has been one hive fleet or a tendril of a hive fleet that has taken demons and then has actually built itself to fight demons specifically.
Yeah. Which is really interesting because it's weird because when demons die, they dematerialize. Like, what are they eating?
Yeah. So maybe it's just like tactics. But yeah, there is something about them. What Hive Fleet is that? Is that Hive Fleet? Gorgon? I thought it was like Cronus or something.
It might be, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. We have 40 facts on them.
Mm-hmm.
If we ever remember what the thing was.
Yeah, because that's like one of the more interesting Hive Fleets, in my opinion.
Yeah, and not that much lore is built around them. Very little. Next question. This one comes from General Jimmy's. Have we done this before?
I don't think so.
Has anyone even chose to fight for chaos but refuse the blessings of the chaos?
Oh, we kind of answered that already. Yeah, you could be Chaos Undivided. You could just be straight up Renegade and fight the fight against like the Imperium, but still not really be allied to Chaos.
And the Alpha Legion is really well known for this, and so are the Fallen.
Yep.
The Dark Angels that are like chaotic but not really.
Cypher.
Yeah. And then this will be the last question. Mutilated Artist. Could there be Jeanstealer Space Marines? For the most part, no. But because they don't really reproduce. Mm-hmm. So like a Jeanstealer could attack. Like if a Jeanstealer brood is in a Space Hulk, and then the first company goes in to like exterminate, and they get stuck in there. It's not like they won't be able to like breed more, because that's just not how Space Marines work. But that doesn't mean you can't corrupt them some way.
Yeah.
Or that the gene seed can somehow, like taking the organ and giving it to the hive mind and like working lore around that. But no, they don't, because remember you have to have generations, and that's how that works. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Thanks for asking those questions, guys. If you guys have more, or if we didn't get to your question, ask again. We do this 3 times a week.
That's right. So remember to put question after your questions. I noticed there's a few there that weren't there, so just reminding you guys. But this is at the end of the video, and viewer retention isn't quite all there. So
yeah, so it's probably like 3 of you guys listening right now.
And by then, you guys already know.
Yeah.
But what's up?
How's painting going?
Yeah. Sound Alchemist.
Verse 1.
See ya.